And welcome back to the Tuned In podcast.
Boys.
We are back. How are you feeling, Brayden?
Oh, man, I'm feeling so good. It's been warm outside. Been able to go on walks this week. It's been amazing. How's your week been?
Yeah, I mean, warm weather. Basically pulled out all the shorts again.
That's right. Let's go.
Getting above 70 degrees.
Yup.
Getting lots of March Madness. It was cool to see. I think as we're recording, we're into the Elite Eight, so...
Yeah.
Got some good matchups we'll probably talk about later.
Yeah, some great teams remaining. Some great games so far, too. It's been really fun to watch. Best couple weeks in sports, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to beat.
And it's not over. But this episode, we've got a lot of great things for you. We've got a few past week games. Jazz losing a few in a row. That's all right. We'll talk about them and award our player of the week. Then we've got 4 games upcoming. As we're about to wrap up the season. We've got a little bit of Jazz and NBA news about tanking rules and NBA expansion. And then for main part of this episode, we're going to predict the 3 All-NBA teams and who we feel like should take those spots. And then at the end of the episode, we'll get into some Utah Mammoths, March Madness, and whatnot.
Don't forget to check out our past episodes, Spotify, YouTube, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. We're there. You can find us at tunedinjazz. And this is episode 100 of Tuned In Jazz.
Before we get into the games, how does it feel to say
episode 100?
Yeah.
Shoot, man.
100's a big number.
Triple digits. That's so crazy. There's no longer any Jazz numbers we can use this is the 100th episode. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Kind of, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but, we started this podcast at the BYU library, had these booths, and the first one we used, I feel like, looking back, was a pretty... I'd use the word ratchet, maybe. It was like kind of just tucked in the
sketchy
corner. There's construction.
I remember if you go back to like our first episode, you can only hear it out of like your left or right ear.
Oh, yeah.
We were very beginner.
Yeah.
It's come a long way.
It was like a super small booth. And anyways, we just love talking about Jazz anywhere we are. We'll go into a closet.
Remember one episode we recorded in my car?
That's right. That? I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, we've come a long way, and I think it's cool for me just seeing just how I feel like we've grown as podcast hosts.
Totally.
And it's been fun, and I think the Jazz have changed tremendously since our first episode.
Absolutely.
I feel like I've known more about them now than I have ever before, and yeah, it's been fun. 100 episodes. Got to celebrate.
Yeah. And I feel like we're getting to the point where we can say we've survived the tank, because I think I'm hoping that we're coming to an end here at the end of this season.
Yeah,
we can start talking about some good basketball.
We've probably done as many episodes as the Jazz have had wins.
Yeah.
The last 2 years.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, at the last 2, we've probably only had like 40, maybe 45. I don't know, something like that.
So if you add 3 years, I think we still beat them with episodes to win. So yeah, we're doing that thing.
Yeah, right when we started was the season after we traded all our boys and got Bryce Sensabaugh. And I remember, that was our first episode. We were talking about all our new guys and like Taylor Hendricks and Bryce, and we kind of went over.
I think Keontae was a rookie that year too, right?
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
It's been a while.
So it's just crazy to think that's how far we've come. But we're grateful for all the people who've listened and who continue to listen, even if it's just our moms, but we appreciate them. So
yeah. But we've got a couple past week games. If we're being real, probably didn't watch all of these.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Maybe a little bit of highlights because of Ace Bailey. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We had 4 losses. Before beating the Bucks, we had 4 losses in a row too. So if we had lost to the Bucks, this would have been 9 games lost in a row. But thankfully, we got 1 win there in the middle. I don't know. Anything stick out over these games?
I think I've actually had some fun. I've watched like parts of some of these games. It's been kind of fun. If you look at our rosters, it kind of feels like Summer League a little bit with like the Raptors game. There's almost no rotation guy. I mean, you got Ace, and Bryce. But other than that, you got all these 10-day guys like Kennedy Chandler and Bang.
They're playing significant minutes too.
Yeah, and I think they're making the most of it. I think it's been cool. Like against the Raptors, Kenny Chandler had 13 points, which I thought's pretty good. 9 assists.
Sheepway had 16.
Yeah,
played pretty well.
Yeah, he's a beast. So I don't know. It's just kind of fun to see guys fighting for their jobs, their careers. This is the time, so it's kind of fun.
Well, elephant in the room. Ace Bailey, I think last episode we're happy about his 33-point game, and then he follows it up this week with a 37-point game.
Yeah.
So, and a 25 as well. So,
yeah, he's hooping.
I don't know. It's pretty exciting. I think we've kind of seen him just be the offense in these last few games. And I've also seen like on NBA TV, like they've started talking about Ace Bailey a lot more. Just like talking about how he's been really stepping it up. So I feel like he's actually starting to get national attention too. People are noticing.
Absolutely.
I guess you have to put up 30 on the Jazz for anyone to notice what's actually going on. But unfortunately, he's doing well. He should hopefully make the all-rookie team at the end of the year.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it'll be interesting. Not to be a broken record, but Cody Williams 24 last night.
Yeah,
against the Nuggets. I'm just
he did
happy
well against the Wizards too, but that's still my argument. It's the Wizards.
Yeah,
but
I'm just happy for him because I think at this point he deserves another year based off how he's been playing. I still don't think he's like proven that he can develop into what we were hoping he could, but I just think it's cool that he's finally figuring it out. I think so.
How do you think he'll fit when everybody comes back?
Yeah, that's going to be the question.
That's the real question, yeah.
Yeah, it will be.
Do you think he'll kind of fall into like a bench role as a defender again? Is kind of what we're thinking.
That's the tough part, I feel like, is I wonder if maybe the problem in general is like, because Cody Williams was the guy at Colorado, and my guess is that he was probably the guy everywhere else he's played. And in the Jazz, he's not the guy. He just has to like play a role, and that's probably tough for him. And now he's kind of getting the opportunity to be the guy again for, a couple games. So yeah, I think you're right. It's like, that's the big question. Like, I think he's going to have to become a 3-and-D guy at an elite level in order for him to like make a real significant role on a team. But what do you think he would have to do to do that?
I think he could still have an impact without being a great shooter just because he is a good driver, like driving to the rim.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the only problem is if he's not that kind of player, we're going to have to like try and change our offense when he's on the court.
Yeah.
Like you've seen like with Aaron Gordon, he's like always in the block and like cutting and stuff like that. Cody Williams probably have to do a lot of that. Yeah. And like the Warriors system, like Draymond Green's never been a shooter, but he knows how to like get his guys open. And he knows how to cut and drive to the rim too. So I just think Will Hardy, unless Cody Williams gets a little better at shooting, I think we'll have to be a little bit more creative with how we use him. Totally. Which doesn't mean he won't impact winning. I think it just means we gotta play a little differently with him on the court.
Totally. And I think the thing with him and Ace right now is I want to see them, like they need to be eating this summer and bulking up because both those guys are really, I still feel like both of them get pushed around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody, if he's going to be an elite, I think he's a good defender, but if he's going to be an elite defender and that's what he's going to lean on, then he's going to need to add some strength and bulkiness to himself, and I think that would help him a lot.
Yeah, I think we've seen that. Keontae kind of bulked up at one point. I think even Bryce Sensabaugh bulked up this year.
Yeah.
Could tell that he was a little stronger.
I even feel like Lowry's gotten stronger since he started at the Jazz.
Yeah.
So that's really important. I think another guy... in our game last night, Kyle Filipowski had 25, 8, and 5. He just has random games where he just looks really nice. I don't know. The Jazz just have so many decisions to make about some of these guys this offseason. It's kind of crazy that we have so much potential, but I feel like haven't seen any of them put it together for long enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another cool thing against the Nuggets last night, we had a franchise record. And don't worry, it's not about losing. We had 84 points in the paint.
Oh, man.
Which is a franchise record. Pretty cool. I don't know what else to say. I think some of that comes because of like our inability to shoot threes.
Yeah.
Cody Williams went to the paint a lot. Ace Bailey went to the paint quite a bit.
That's the crazy thing is you look at the guys that played and there's not really like a true center. They're like Flip. We've talked before about how Flip's not really that. I guess Sheboy played 12 minutes, but even he's only like 6'8", 6'9". That's kind of crazy that we would score so many paint points without a big guy. Wow.
Yeah, I guess Jokic was just taking a night off. And
yeah, I guess
he's
so.
looking up at the scores. 84.
He realized he's out of the MVP race at this point.
Yeah, probably.
He probably doesn't care about that.
Yeah,
actually.
the Jazz were actually up in this game quite a bit. The fourth quarter it just kind of swung.
Totally.
But it is what it is.
Do you think that was intentional, or you think the Jazz just let it slip away?
I think it's a little both, because I know the Nuggets want to win. Jazz don't, so I don't know. Probably a little bit of both.
Totally.
Both forces at work.
I totally agree.
I think the Nuggets know how to win games, and maybe we slipped a little bit, maybe we didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, but overall, a pretty solid game. Guys are looking good.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see, like what we said, when all our like starters come back, what'll really change.
Totally.
But we've got our player of the week in this era of Utah Jazz, and I think I have to give it to Ace Bailey.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I mean, every time he gets a career high, he's just exceeding expectations.
Absolutely.
So if he just keeps this up, he'll probably win a couple more player of the weeks to end off the season. Yeah. But any argument for anybody else, or you think you would have picked Ace Bailey?
No, I would have picked Ace. Yeah, that 37-point game alone, I think.
Yeah.
I one thing I really liked about the 37-point game too is he was efficient. Like he was like 8 for 10 from 3 or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a 40 shot type of 37. It was a pretty nice one. So I agree with that pick.
Well, that puts Ace Bailey up to 3 player of the weeks.
Okay, what place is that?
Second place to Keontae with 7.
Oh my word.
So he's got some work to... I don't even know if there's that many weeks left in the season.
No.
But at least he's got himself securely in second place.
Well, at least we know Keontae won't win another one. It'll stop at 7 probably. I don't think he'll play much.
Unless he plays like one game and drops 40.
Pops off.
That might be enough.
Could be. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but pretty solid. Good job, Ace Bailey. Good to see the improvement.
Totally. 4 games coming up this week. Tough stretch for playoff teams.
No easy games. We've got a hard schedule.
I guess the Suns are kind of fringe playoff team right now. I think the other 3 are fighting for seeding. But first we start in Phoenix. What do you think is going to happen in this game?
Road games are tough, and I think this is going to be a hard stretch for the Jazz. I'm going to say the Suns win by 11.
Okay.
I think we're going to have problems with them and their scoring with Devin Booker, assuming that he's playing and everything.
I agree.
So the Suns take it.
I agree. I'm going to say I don't think the Jazz lose that many in a row because what are we already on a 5-6 game losing streak? I'm going to say Jazz win this game. I'm going to be optimistic. Say Jazz win by 2. It's going to be a close game.
Okay.
But I could see us losing, but that's just me being optimistic, I guess.
I dig it. Then we go into Cleveland, or I guess they're coming here.
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell's return again. They're playing very well right now. They're sitting at 4th in the East.
The James Harden thing's working out a lot better than we thought it would.
Sure
Seems
is.
like it's going well over there.
So they're fighting for playoff spots.
Totally.
What do you think with them?
Yeah, this might be a big loss. I think I'm going to see Jazz. Well, I don't know. They might take their guys out at the end. I'm going to say Jazz lose by, we'll say 12.
I'm matching. Yeah, I got lose by 12 as well.
Okay, nice.
I think that'll be pretty accurate. They'll get the win. Yeah.
And then Nuggets come back to town, play them again. You think it'll be a different result this time or the same?
Every time they've played us, it feels like it's been pretty close.
Yeah.
Which is weird. So I'm not going to say it's that close, but I'm going to say Nuggets win by 9.
Okay.
So it's a little closer than these other 2 games, but I think the Nuggets will still win.
Yeah. I'm going to guess similar. I'm going to say Nuggets win by 6. I think that could be pretty close. I don't know. It seems like matchup-wise, we're pretty good with them. And the Nuggets are... I do feel like the Nuggets are a little bit of an older team that's probably fighting for seeding, but also wants to keep themselves healthy for the playoffs, so they're not going to go 110% right now.
Mm-hmm. Then our final game in Houston against the Rockets.
Yep.
Our old rivals.
Yeah.
Who do you have for that game?
Oh, man. The Rockets are an interesting team right now. They could be really good or really bad on any given night. I'm going to say the Jazz lose this one. H-Town's going to pull through. I'm going to say they win by 9.
I'm going to say a little similar. I'm going to say Jazz lose by 5.
Okay.
Rockets will win, but I think it'll be a little closer game.
Yeah.
Maybe like the Nuggets where we win a couple quarters, but can't win the game.
Totally. I agree with that. Well, that takes us to our Tankathon update. The Jazz are in 5th place still. We're 3 games behind Dallas. I think we're pretty locked into that spot. We're 2 games above Sacramento. Probably won't catch them. I saw a thing. It said Jazz have a 99.2% chance of keeping their pick, which is good news.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
It's good news.
Yeah, totally. So that's right where we want to be. So I think last year's 5th pick fell into the top 4 too, so maybe we'll get lucky.
Yeah. Because we fell from 1 to 5, so
yeah,
if the top team does, we just move up a little bit.
Absolutely.
So pretty good stuff. And then injury report wise, I mean, basically everyone that was injured last episode still on there.
Quote unquote injured. Bunch of random surgeries.
Yeah, I mean, Nurkic, Jackson, Kessler, Markkanen, they're all out. They do say that Keontae and Markkanen are going to be reevaluated. We'll see about that. And then Isaiah Collier, he's got some hamstrings, so he's continuing to be out. So we'll see.
Well, speaking of draft things, NBA, Adam Silver proposed 3 different ideas for what the new NBA lottery could look like. I guess I'll just go through these real quick and we can talk about maybe like which ones we like. So the first proposal by Adam Silver in the NBA was that the bottom 18 teams will be in the lottery, so it expands the lottery by a few teams. The bottom 10 teams will have an equal 8% chance of moving up in the lottery, and then it's a 20% odd combined for the other 8. So they split it. I think it comes out to like 2.5 or something. I guess we'll go one by one. What are your thoughts on this one? Do you think that fixes the problem, makes it worse?
I think it makes it worse.
I think so too.
I think if you're a bad team and you only get an 8% chance every year, you're just gonna stay in the bottom forever.
Totally.
I don't know. I could see some fans getting upset about that.
Yeah. I also just think I don't think you're ever going to get rid of tanking, honestly, but I think you need to make it so that as little teams as possible are able to tank. But here you're making it so 10 whole teams can tank if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
With no consequence, really. So, so it's kind of weird.
I guess it does like really get rid of the incentive for tanking like 100%.
Yeah.
But then I think by getting rid of tanking, I think you might get rid of like fan interest. Because like if you never get a good player, your organization's gonna suffer. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it might solve the tanking problem, but I think there's other problems that are going to arise from that. Because I think it's a good thing for bad teams to get better.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So it depends on what Adam Silver thinks. Maybe he just thinks it should be random. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and with 18 teams, that means you're likely going to have 2 teams in the lottery who are playoff teams, which is like, you're going to make the playoffs and still be in the lottery. You could still get the number 1 pick. It's like, I don't know about that.
I don't know. There's been times in the past where they've done stuff similar to this. They flattened the odds. And I think it led to like the Magic getting Penny and Shaq and all the other teams. And they weren't that bad, right?
Yeah.
And so all the other teams were just really upset. And so we could get another situation like that where you like just based on odds, you build a super team and everybody else gets no dice, you know?
Yeah.
One team gets back-to-back number 1 picks just because they're lucky.
I guess we're kind of seeing that right now though with the Spurs. I mean, they get Wemby and then they somehow get Stephon Castle and then Dylan Harper. You're like, oh my gosh, how lucky can these guys get? Like, this is crazy.
But I think it'd be even worse. Like, you might see a playoff team do that.
Yeah. The second proposal would include 22 teams, the bottom 10 teams that missed the play-in tournament, the 8 that qualify for it, and the 4 playoff teams that lose in the first round will be included in the lottery and will be ranked according to the record across 2 seasons. So that's the difference, I guess, is that it wouldn't just be the one season. I kind of like this idea. I don't know about expanding it to 22. I don't think we need to expand the lottery at all, but 2 seasons kind of an interesting one because if teams are going to commit to rebuilding, then it's going to be like a multiple year thing instead of quick, I don't know.
I like this better because it rewards the bad teams for being bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to solve it. I think it should be based on what pick you got last year.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm feeling.
That's true.
I'd say if you were a top 4 pick last year, your odds should be lower no matter what. And I think that would help tanking.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think another part of this that I just missed was the NBA also put a minimum win total. So which would be 20 wins. So if a team went 15-67, they would automatically be considered 20 wins instead. So it would eliminate the need to keep losing if you're at 14 wins or whatever. But it also doesn't encourage teams to win any more than 20 games, which is the bad part. So
yeah, I think that would just mean teams would get to 20 and then they'd lose every game after that. So I don't know if that fixes it, because I think the incentive there is to just maximize your losses at 20 wins.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And then the third proposal, I've heard that there was a couple more, I'm sure, but the third proposal is the 5x5 method. The same 18 teams from the first concept, bottom that missed the playoffs, and the 8 that make it by record will be entered into the lottery. Teams with the 5 worst picks would all then be the same odds, with them descending from there, and there would be a lottery drawing for each of the top 5 picks in the draft. So I kind of like that, honestly. I think like I was saying earlier, my opinion is that we need to minimize the amount of teams that tank, because it's kind of inevitable that teams are going to tank, especially the worst teams. But if you just if the top 5 are just picked, then the Jazz wouldn't be in this situation, right? We would have had a top 5 pick last year, which I guess we did, but you know what I mean? We would have been higher odds. So what are your thoughts?
I don't know. How would this affect the Jazz? I'm trying to understand it. So because it said last year, our worst records all moved back to 5th, 6th, and 7th of the top 3 teams. I don't know. I'm still a little worried about that.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know. I think it doesn't really change too much, personally. I think it's pretty similar.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I don't know. We've gone into taking a lot. I feel like there's just a line that's being danced here where it's this is really going to hurt small market teams like the Jazz, unfortunately, no matter what they do. So,
and I guess the real question is tanking bad?
Yeah.
And I think for us, we probably think no, because we know it's going to help our team out. But for the NBA, they don't like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I think overall, it's probably got too much traction to the point where it probably needs to die down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing half the league do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's just I think it's okay if a few teams are doing it because they really need help.
Yeah.
But if the whole league is doing it, it's probably where they were concerned.
I agree. Yeah. I think I don't know. I think just I'm just really not a fan of how Adam Silver has run the NBA. And I think the whole structure of the league has changed, given the play-in tournaments. It's no longer just the top 8 seeds. Now you have these half playoff spots, which in my opinion, nobody actually wants to be in the play. I don't want the Jazz to be in the play, and I'd rather just miss the playoffs, to be honest. And so it's like, I don't know. I just wish we could go back to a time where it's like, because teams just kind of shut down as soon as they feel like they're not going to make the playoffs, and I feel like that's a problem. So, but I don't know how you solve it really. So
yeah, I also wonder if, like, I've heard a couple people talk about just shortening the season.
Yeah.
I don't think the NBA wants to do that because the money, right? But I do think that actually would probably help tanking a lot. If it's a shorter season, you have usually, like, towards the end of the season, you're like ready to be done anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the only thing I don't like about that is it just kind of messes with the like historical integrity of the game. Like nobody's ever going to break any records. Like you'll never see, like nobody will ever beat, Golden State's 73-9 record, which they probably won't anyways, but like,
yeah,
you just pretty much eliminate any chance that there's any history.
You basically start a whole new era of like records.
Yeah, and it would also affect like a guy playing 20 seasons at 65 games would never ever be on the top scoring list like he is now. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the NBA just has so many problems right now. I feel like they're just making it worse.
I think that in the past they've talked about like freezing the standings at like the trade deadline or something.
Yeah.
And then whatever your record was at the trade deadline, that's just your lottery record.
Yeah.
I could see that being really good.
Yeah, and I liked your idea earlier too, like the last year's lottery odds affecting this year's, where it's like if you got the number one pick last year, then you shouldn't be eligible, or even like maybe a weighted lottery where you're like you have less odds because you had it last year,
Yeah, which just helps more fairness.
Totally, yeah.
And maybe if they froze the records at the trade deadline, it could lead to like these bad teams are like, yeah, I have my lottery spot locked up. I'm going to try and beat all these playoff teams. I'm going to try and get a lottery pick and then make the playoffs,
Yeah, totally.
Something like that.
And I feel like the reason the Jazz have had to tank so long is because we haven't had any lottery. Like, imagine that first year on our tank, which I'm still mad at the Jazz for not tanking harder, but imagine if we'd gotten Wemby. Do you think we'd still be tanking right now?
Oh, heck no.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's possible.
So it's like...
even if we got Stephon Castle.
Totally. Or Cooper Flagg this year, I think we'd be in a much better position. So it's like... The only reason that the Jazz have had to do this for so long is because we hasn't treated us very well. Yeah.
So, I don't think it should be 2-year records. I think it should be based on your last year result.
Totally,
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. There's got to be some better system,
but it's we'll see what happens. I don't know if the NBA... I'm afraid of the NBA because I think they're going to make a bad decision.
Absolutely.
It's coming.
Yeah, and I don't know. Just I totally agree with you. I think Adam Silver he keeps talking about the integrity of the game, but nobody's done more to hurt the integrity of the game than Adam Silver with all the gimmicks that have happened. So I don't know. And
he's had his fair share of misses.
Yeah.
But the viewership of the NBA is pretty high.
Yeah, but
people are watching.
It was pretty low last year. I guess this year it's jumped a little bit.
It's jumped up a little bit. So I don't know. I think he's had his fair share of misses, but I think overall it's still doing good. I think we'll be fine after LeBron retires. We still got a lot of talent.
That's true.
So
that is true.
And then just real quick, last episode we talked all about expansion. It's been approved for the NBA to look at some bids for Seattle and Vegas. It'll be good. I think Seattle, they should have had a team a long time ago.
Totally.
I think when the Pelicans got their team, that should have just been Seattle. I don't
Absolutely,
know.
Yeah.
So it's good to see them get it. And I guess Vegas has a team. I don't know if I love that.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how the conferences and divisions change. I guess we talked about that a little last week, but it'll be an adjustment. I guess that's also kind of plays into the tanking. You're just adding 2 more teams who might be tanking. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
True. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. But we're coming out at the end of the season. All NBA teams come out here in a few weeks, and we got some other things we'll predict here in the next couple weeks, but we decided that we're going to release our personal All NBA first, second, and third teams. I'm guessing our first team will be pretty similar, but I'm curious. I'll let you start. Who do you think?
Yeah, I'll just maybe in the process of doing this, I think the first team was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Maybe the fifth guy could be different for us.
Totally.
But the second and third team is way up in the air. We could have totally different teams, and I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be different.
And we did do this positionless, or at least I did.
I did positionless. Okay. Although my first team's pretty good actually.
Yeah, -2 probably.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start with the ones I think you have.
Yeah.
SGA first team.
Totally.
Luka first team.
Yep.
Jokic first team. And Wembanyama first team.
Totally. Those are the slam dunk. That's like the MVP race right now.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And I think Wembanyama, it'd be his first year as a first team All-NBA, right?
I think so, yeah.
So just pretty awesome how big of a jump he had this year. The Spurs are winning so many games. They're doing so well.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Kind of jealous.
Yeah.
Of the Spurs, but yeah, I think he totally deserves All-NBA first team. It's going to be no doubt.
Totally.
But who did you have as your fifth guy? That's a real question.
I've heard people say this guy should also be in the MVP conversation. I disagree. But I think Jaylen Brown has had a really great year.
Ooh, I thought about him, but I actually moved him to second.
I just think with his team success, given that Jason Tatum was out, I think he deserves the love, so I put him on my first team. But who did you have for your fifth?
I had a guy that also, his team's been very good. Another Eastern Conference guy, too.
Okay, I
had Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, that's what I thought about, too, yeah.
Yeah, he's just been the leader of that Pistons team. He's been a really good defender, one of the best passers. Yeah. I just felt like he just deserved it over Jaylen Brown just because of his team. And I think Jaylen Brown's done it before, whereas Cade Cunningham just made this huge leap this year where it's really impressive to me.
That's true, yeah. I don't know.
Did you have Cade Cunningham on your second team?
Yeah, he's the first guy on my second team. Yeah.
Perfect. I had Jaylen Brown on my second team.
Okay, nice. The next guy on my second team, I think Ant. I think that one.
I've got him too.
I think he's been great this year. I think he's been pretty consistently superstar at this point. You know, I still like to see him make a leap to be like MVP level. He hasn't gotten there, but I think he's second team worthy.
Yep. I know you don't have this guy, but I got Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
Second team. His team basically has the same amount of wins as Anthony Edwards, and his like advanced stats are like pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So like if you looked at without the numbers, they'd be pretty similar. Donovan Mitchell, he's led that Cavs team to that 4th seed. James Harden has helped a little bit, but I think Donovan Mitchell's really been the engine of that team, so I got him second.
Totally, that's fair. I got Jalen Brunson. I think Knicks have been pretty good this year. Jalen Brunson's just a really solid, efficient guy. I don't think this has been his best season by any means, but I think he's had a really good season, so there.
Yeah, I got him on my third team.
Okay, nice.
And then I've got Kevin Durant on my second team.
Interesting.
Didn't know if you had him.
Kevin Durant didn't make any of my teams.
Really?
I thought about it, but he just had a good season, so it's
he's been putting up buckets this year.
Yeah.
He's actually been like relatively healthy too.
Yeah.
Whereas like he's played a lot of the games this year.
Totally.
So I've been really impressed. The Rockets are still like pretty good, even though they've kind of gone up and down.
Yeah.
So
I got Tyrese Maxey. He's been balling out.
I've got him on my third team.
Oh, okay.
He's been amazing this year, like under the radar.
Yeah, he's like top 6 in points this year, which is saying a lot because we got a lot of great scorers this year. And he's just like, he's absolutely the Sixers' best player right now. I know that's saying a lot with Embiid, but he's been great this year. So
yeah, under the radar pick.
Totally.
And last year was under the radar too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves an All-NBA for sure. Then my last guy on my second team, I had Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh, okay. That's a good pick.
I don't know if you had him on any.
Yeah, he's on my third team.
He's on your third, okay.
Yeah.
He's been also under the radar. It's just like pretty impressive to me that he's putting up the stats that he is, and the Clippers like are actually in playoff contention, where like he really doesn't have much help.
Nope.
It seems. And Harden left for the trade for Garland, it's really, to me, felt like just Kawhi backpacking this team.
Yeah.
And I think even though they're a little lower in the standings than a lot of these other guys' teams, I think Kawhi deserves it just because of like how much he means to that Clippers team.
Totally.
And he's playing amazing.
My last second team guy, I had to pick some big guy in there. I guess I didn't have to, but I got Giannis. I looked at his stats. I wasn't going to put him on here because I was like, I know he's been sitting a lot.
Yeah,
but
I didn't put him because he just didn't play.
Yeah, but he's played 65, which is more than I thought he had played. I still think Giannis is going to be the best player on the floor most nights, and his stats aren't too bad, so I think I put him on my second team. So
I'm pretty sure I predicted him for MVP. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but he's still playing good.
MVP race is just getting so tight at the top, unfortunately.
Yeah, I like that pick. And then for my third team, so I guess I don't know if you've even mentioned any of these guys yet, so I don't know if you'll have them. But I had Maxey and Brunson, like you said, and then my other three, I had Jalen Duren.
Oh,
from the Detroit Pistons. I just looked at his stats.
Interesting.
And he's just been really important for that Pistons team defensively.
Yeah.
And I think although his stats maybe aren't as eye-popping as some other guys, I think just because he won games this year, and he was a big part of their defense and their winning.
Totally.
I think that's why I put him on. Kind of like a Draymond Green kind of pick. You know,
totally.
Jalen Duren.
Yeah, mine's a lot of new ones too. So I do have Kawhi and I do have Donovan Mitchell. I forgot to mention that
let's
earlier.
Go.
He's on my third team.
You had to put him on there somewhere, I guess.
Yeah. I got Jalen Johnson.
Hey, I got him too.
Yeah, I think he deserves it. He sneakily turned into the Hawks guy this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody was expecting that. Maybe Hawks fans were, but we weren't. So I think he deserves it. He's had a really good season. Yeah,
definitely. So. I got him as well. The Hawks have been on a win streak.
Yeah.
They've been moving up in the standings.
Totally.
Been really impressed with them. Shout out to Quinn Snyder.
Yeah, totally.
Then my last guy, kind of similar Eastern Conference love. I got Scotty Barnes.
Ooh, okay.
Raptors have surprised everyone this year, and he's probably the biggest reason why. Another kind of defense pick too, because he's been a really good defender this year. Helped them win a lot of games.
Interesting. Yeah, so we have some pretty. I guess it's a little different. So I got two guys that I guess you didn't have. I think Steph will make the third team. Okay. I don't know.
He's been a down year for Steph, but he's still Steph.
I also feel like that one's just probably similar to Kevin Durant, where it's like the voters just really respect Steph and KD, and I don't think the respect for LeBron is as you can't really justify LeBron that
Still
much
justify
anymore.
The All-Star selection, but maybe not all NBA.
Maybe not all NBA. And then the last guy, I don't hate Jalen Duren pick. I was thinking of another big, but I think Cat. I put
like
Cat
it.
there. I looked and he's second or third in rebounds in the NBA this year.
Yeah.
Still top 20 in points, so it's I think he's one of the best bigs in the game, and he's just in a situation where he has to support a little bit more than he has in the past. So
yeah,
that's my
I like it. Some variability.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of crazy how much variability there really can be there.
Totally.
I could see any of those guys making it. So
honestly, there's probably 5 or 6 other guys we didn't mention that could also probably.
Yeah, I really wanted to put Jamal Murray or Denny Avdia.
That's true.
But didn't feel like they made it.
Şengün, I think, could be in the conversation.
Yeah.
There's just so many guys, that could be there, but it's just hard to get everybody. So.
Yep.
Utah Mammoth, 37-30.
Hey, they're looking pretty good. Except for that game against the Capitals, but other games, we've been winning some games.
Right now, the Mammoth are still number 1 in the wild card. We got 9 games left. Their second place wild card is 77. Third place is 76. So we're not locked up yet, but we're looking pretty good. So we just got to lock in a couple games. I'm excited to
get a
see
few
some
wins.
Playoff hockey here in Utah.
I hope we get a good playoff matchup too.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know how the playoffs work, but do we play somebody in our division?
I think we play. I don't know actually.
Or maybe because there's the top 3 in each division that are just in there, and then we're in the wild card.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they just probably go by record after that. So We'll see. But I think either way, I think doesn't really matter what your seed is in the NHL playoffs. Like,
okay. So I just looked up. We'll qualify. So 16 teams in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The format's set. Largest division. Okay, so the top 3 teams in each division will make up the first 12 teams in the playoffs. And then the remaining 4 spots will be filled by the 2 highest finishers in each conference. So they'll be the bottom 4 seeds. The Mammoth and whoever is the other wild card. Anyways.
So we'll probably play like the second best team.
Yeah.
So
be too bad.
But anyways, I don't care if it's the second best team.
Nope.
I think we could beat anybody.
Yeah.
That's just how hockey works. Like,
I think last year there was some upsets too, right? Where it was
it happens like way more often than NBA.
Totally. Hockey's got some variability there. It's just pretty cool.
Yeah.
How's your bracket surviving to the Elite Eight?
Well, my main bracket, like the one I thought was gonna be the best, is torched.
Oh man,
it's busted.
Yeah,
busted up. But my other bracket that I put with my like major, it's doing pretty good. I just need Arizona and Duke to make it to the finals together, and I need Illinois to win one more game.
Oh, did you have Illinois in your
I did have
4?
Illinois in my
That's
Final
hype.
4 in that one, so hope they could win.
Yeah, mine, I think I said last week, I had my best first round ever, 28 of 32. Then it just kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, I lost. I had a lot of faith in Virginia. I still think they could have made a run, just had a tough game against Tennessee. I had them in my Final 4, so that was kind of a tough pick.
Oof.
And then I thought Houston would get there.
Same, I had them in there.
Illinois was a good win, so I don't know. I have Duke and Arizona in my championship too, so I'm hoping I can still get those points. So
yeah, I think kind of just put brackets aside, just enjoy the last couple games is my goal. There will be some good games today too with getting to the Final 4. Maybe do some predictions. Who would you say is your Final 4 and champion?
honestly, at this point, I think obviously I want Duke and Arizona because of my bracket, but on the other sides, I think chaos would be fun. Like getting Iowa in the Final 4 would be pretty sick. I know that's against your pick.
They could totally do it.
Tennessee, I think, could beat Michigan. I don't think Michigan's unbeatable. So it would be interesting to have like a 6 seed and a 9 seed in the Final 4. I think it'd be kind of fun. So
yeah, and I think Michigan's looks so good. They could beat Arizona. I think if Arizona and Michigan both win, that's going to be a real toss-up of a game.
Yeah, it's all about matchups.
Final 4, yeah.
Totally.
And then, as much as I love Iowa, I think Illinois is probably going to take that. They look really good.
I think been a lot of talking about like there not being any Cinderellas anymore, but I honestly just kind of disagree. I know that we haven't seen like a deep run by a double-digit seed, but like there's some variability in this bracket. It's not all 1s and 2 seeds, which I think is cool.
And we were talking about it before the episode. It's really the coaches.
Yeah, great coaching.
If you get a good coach, you could go far. Like look at Iowa, man. Like their coach, I didn't really hear about him till this tournament. He's a winner. He won last year at Drake a couple games. Now he's at Iowa, and he's just really, really taken them far. And you've got Duke with their coach. He's really good. John Shire. You got Dan Hurley. He's able to take his team far.
That East region just had so many great coaches. Like the Elite Eight was Patino versus Shire and Izzo versus Hurley.
Yeah. You just know those coaches are some of the best ever.
Even on the other side, you got Tommy Lloyd and Matt Painter and Dusty May's a great coach, and Rick Barnes has been around forever. So yeah,
John Calipari as well, taking Arkansas a little far. I don't really know. Oh yeah, Nate Oates with Alabama. It's another really good coach. Otzberger.
Fred Hoiberg in Nebraska.
Yeah, he's been amazing.
Stepping back down to the NBA a little.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then of course Kelvin Sampson's always going to be a tough out no matter.
He makes it to the Elite Eight like every year, or Sweet 16 this year.
So it's just been. I guess this just proves coaching matters in March.
Oh yeah.
So I think to talk about BYU for a second, that is one leap I want to see BYU make. Is I think Kevin Young there needs to be some better in-game coaching decisions. I love his ability to recruit, but I don't feel like we've seen any just like masterpiece games where he's like strategized well, so I think I'm hoping we can improve on that this next year. So
yeah, I think he makes good game plans, but then I think the adjustments, like what you're saying, he could work on the adjustments.
Absolutely.
And I think it'd be cool I think we need to start program building because our team has switched over so much these last 2 years. We need a little bit of continuity.
Totally agree. I think that's going to come with like, we can't just build with the transfer portal completely every year. So I'm hoping, we haven't heard of any BYU players hitting the transfer portal yet. Like there's been a lot of players that have declared that they're going to enter when it opens, but we haven't heard any BYU players. So I'm hoping we get some guys stick around. Kevin Young said that they're going to build around Rob Wright. So I'm hoping that's the truth.
Yeah.
Get some like experience in our system, and that's why Richie was so good, because he just knows what it's like to play at BYU. He's not learning anything, so anyways.
And Kevin Young only has 2 years under his belt.
Totally, yeah.
And he already has 2 tournament appearances and 1 Sweet 16.
3 5-star recruits in 3 straight classes.
Yeah, so I mean, he's done well. Who knows what'll happen next year?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think our roster's looking just as good next year. I mean, if you could keep guys like Kennard Davis around, you're going to bring in Bruce Branch, and Davian Stanton's going to be healthy, hopefully. Maybe bring in another center, not Beto. Yeah. So it'll be fun. Thanks for joining us on our episode this week. Don't forget, as always, to check out our past episodes. We've talked a lot about NBA expansion and other things about the Jazz moving forward. You're not going to want to miss those. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, we're there. And we hope that you have a great day.